each of the stretches that we do, I want you guys to think about breathing that way. And I may count us through some, but in others, I'll just say a deep breath in. Okay, so what we're going to do now is what is called a Pale's contraction. And that means that we're going to push away from the resistance. Okay, so I'm going to push my back leg into the ground, and that's going to tell our body just to allow us a little bit more motion. And so on a 5 count, I'm going to start to count us up. Kind of just like we talked about with irradiation, right? Like squeezing our bodies as hard as we can, different tensions. We're going to work up to about 100% tension. So I'm going to count us up 20%, 40%, 60%. On 100%, we push the leg into the ground as hard as we can for 10 seconds. Then we're just going to relax, all right? So here we go. Let's start to push into the ground, push everything into the ground. This leg, these hands, 20%. Let's start to push 40%. Let's go to 60%, 80%, 100%. I want you to push your leg into the ground, that back leg as hard as you can. Push, push, push. We're going to go for about 8 more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome, guys. Now let's take a deep breath in. Let's exhale. And now let's just rotate a little bit further into the stretch. So this is just our body giving us just a little bit more motion, telling our body it's safe to be in this position. And what we're going to do is we're going to knock out a deep breath in this position, all right? So in on 4, out on 6. Here we go. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do this one more time. Deep inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so once again, we're going to press our back leg into the ground on 5. So I'm going to count us up. Here we go. Let's go 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. Actually, Nance, what you can do is try to push this leg into the ground. So we're all trying to get all this now. Let's go 60%, 80%, 100%. Press as hard as you can. Press everything into the ground, not just the back leg, the front leg. We're going to go for 10 seconds. We've got about 8 seconds. I'm going to count us down. 7, 6, crush the ground. 5, there you go, that's right. 4, reach deep. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Just take a deep breath in. Namaste, right? And let's rotate a little bit further into the stretch. Let's just get as deep as we can. And now holding here, we're just going to take 2 deep breaths in. So let's take a deep breath in on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Excellent, ladies. All right, let's just switch sides. Come out slow. Come out of that position slowly. I know, right? In the beginning, it's like, But trust me, it will feel amazing when we're done. And actually, you'll be sore tomorrow, which is a good kind of sore. So now, let's bring this front foot a little bit further forward here. Just adjust you a little bit. There you go. There you go. Just try to straighten this out just a little bit this way. Now, if you guys do feel like discomfort, as we're doing this in your knee, you can start to move your leg back this way. But ideally, I want, where you feel that your knee is straight. Okay, cool. Ideally, though, I want everything nice and straight. Okay? So let's rotate this direction. Okay. Now, can you both feel kind of a stretch in your hip? Awesome. All right, so let's knock out 2 deep breaths. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do this one more time. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, let's get our Pale's contraction in the ground. I'm going to count us up on 5. So here we go. 1, 20%. Let's go 40% tension. 60%. Start to really press everything to the ground. 80%. Guys should always be shaking. 100%. Push as hard as you can. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Now let's just go a little bit further into the stretch. Just rotate just a little bit further and just turn your torso a little bit more. There you go. Again, just making sure you guys can still feel this here. Yeah, sure. Good. All right, let's just take 2 deep breaths in. So let's breathe on the count. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take another deep breath in. One count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. All right. So we're just going to get one more pales contraction. We're just going to push into the ground and edge. You can bend that front knee just a little bit, maybe. Like bring this closer to here. Yep, perfect. All right. So now let's start to press to the ground. I'm going to count us up and then we're going to press to the ground. So let's start at 20%, 40%, 60%. Start to get tight. 80%, 100%. Push into the ground as hard as you can. Push, push, push. You got about 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Deep breath in. Excellent. Now just rotate just a little bit further. See if your body gives you some more motion there. We're just going to hold here for 2 counts. All right, or 2 breath angle. There you go. Let's breathe in. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Deep breath in. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually use the mobility that we just created. So we basically opened a movement path to more rotation in our hip. If we don't use it, our body is just going to get strict and kind of go back to what it's used to. So now we want to tell our body to actually keep that range of motion and kind of move through there so we can start to build some control. So we're going to do what's called a passive in-range liftoff. Again, what that looks like is we're going to come back into our original position, and I'm just going to demonstrate. I'm thinking about my leg being like an anchor in a chain, right? So this is the anchor, and this is the chain. I want the chain to line up with the anchor, okay? So when I do this, I'm going to tense my body, and I'm going to start to lift my leg off the ground, okay? Or lift my back foot off the ground. Now, as I do this, what I want to think about is my body stays nice and straight, and this leg, this anchor, stays in line with this chain. So I'm not back here, I'm not out here. You know, you might get 2 inches, it doesn't matter. You might cramp. That's just neurological confusion. That's just because your body's not used to being in those ranges. So similar to what we did with the pails, we're going to get as tight as we possibly can. We're going to give it a 5 count, and we're going to lift up into this position. I want you guys to get as high as you possibly can. And again, this first rep, we're going to do 3. First rep is just kind of an exploration of what you have. We can make it harder if you've got this, but if not, we'll just stay here. All right? So let's start to, yep. All right, let's start to push into the ground. And on 5, we're going to get this foot off the ground. So the anchor stays here, the chain goes up. All right? So here we go. 20%, 40%, 60%, get tight, 80%, 100%. And let's lift. Let's lift. Let's lift and hold. So try to stay tall. Lift and hold. We're just going to hold for about 10 to 15 seconds. Lift and hold. Tense your body and get more. As you go along, get tenser, get tighter. The more you can irradiate, the better you're going to be. Straighten your body up, man. Here we go. There you go. Good stuff. Stay tight. Stay tight. Keep this chain in line with the anchor. Hold. Hold. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Excellent. All right. So now, if you found that you could do that and you could get it up to a decent degree, what we're going to do to challenge you is we're actually going to do a true liftoff. So we can challenge ourselves by kind of putting our leg on our block. Okay? Now, what this is going to look like is I'm just going to lift this above the block as much as I can. You see, for me, like my internal rotation this side, not very good. But this is kind of where I am. This is my control. Okay? So my goal throughout this, just to find this up a little better, it's forward, is to keep my foot off the block. Very simple. If I touch the block, that means that no go, I gotta get tighter. Okay, so again, we're just gonna go for about 10 to 15 seconds. Start pressing the ground. I'm gonna count us up. On 5, we get our foot off the block. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, get tight. 3, 60%. 4, 80%. 5, 100%. And lift. Lift. Keep this knee on the ground. Keep this knee on the ground. And up and squeeze. Nothing moves except for the anchor of the chain. Get nice and tall. Get more. Each second, you should be getting more because you're tensing more. Tense, tense, tense. We've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Excellent. Relax. Okay. And you guys might feel a little bit of cramping. Are you cramping up a little bit there? Yeah, your body's gonna want to substitute other places as well. But again, the tighter you get, the less you're gonna get in other places. So the more we can kind of focus on that particular area. So like when in doubt, push into the ground harder. You can squeeze a tennis ball, or you can grip your teeth. Anything that you can push down into the floor, the wall, your arms, anything, is good. All right, so we're gonna do one more. Okay, so you know that you're kind of getting your hamstring last time. Push into the ground and try to eliminate that. Get tighter this time. All right. So here we go. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. Tense your body. Tense your body. Stay nice and straight. And tense. Straight up, Cheryl. Straight up. There you go. And tense. And tense and get more. And tense and get more. And tense and get more. And pull it up towards the sky. And pull it up towards the sky. We got 5, 4, 3. Don't pass out on me now. 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right. So let's just shake our hands out. Did you find that you were getting more kind of the hip cuff, like in this area? Sweet. All right. Shake it out. Let's just hit the other side here.
I'm sorry? Mine too.
But see, for you, especially with what you have in your hip, building that active control around your hip is like fantastic. I mean, this is exactly what you need. Stretching into that position passively, it's not going to help so much. And again, like a way to tell is like, if you can only Pales and Reynolds to a certain place, then that's where you stop, because that's kind of where you get like a bony block. Or when you're doing your hip car. I know you said like when you're standing when you're forward, you feel pinching, right? So that's kind of where your range of motion is. So just work around the range that you have and just get really good control with your lift-offs. And that's going to be the best situation possible for you. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust you a little bit here. Your nickname is Wildfire because you're wild. All right, so let's come into this position. And actually, let's start on the ground. Let's kind of find our range of motion with this hip first. So we're not going to worry about using the block yet. All right, so let's just tense our bodies. Okay, on 5, we're going to lift. All right, here we go. 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 100% lift up as much as you possibly can. Foot off the ground. Tense your body. Push into the ground. Push into the ground. Yeah, I see what you mean. Push into the ground. Push into the ground. Push into the ground. With each second, get more. Get more intense. Get more intense. Straighten your body up, this. Here we go. We got 5, 4. Here we go. Stay right there. 3, 2, 1, and down. So for you, Cheryl, you can see kind of the discrepancy between one side and the other. This would definitely be something to target in your own training. And for you on this one, I don't want you to use a block. That's exactly where you are. Nance, I want you to stay where you are as well, because like as you can see when you're doing it, like your leg was kind of moving all over the place. So let's just keep our legs, let's both of you just keep your feet down on that side, okay? And let's knock out a second, right, let's take the puck away. And let's knock out a second contraction here, okay? So let's come back into position. All right, I want you guys to tense your bodies. So here we go. On 3 we go. 1, 2, and 3. And we lift. And we lift. And we lift. And we stay nice and tall. We stay nice and tall. And tense. And get more. Get more. With each second, get more. With each second, get more. And tense. And tense and pull. And pull. Again, there's a line on the ceiling. Pull your foot up towards that area. Keep it in line with your foot. There you go. Stay right there. 5. Shake your body up. That's 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, guys. So last one. Your challenge is just to get it off the ground and hold it there. Your challenge is to keep that in line. Get an anchor in the chain, right? So this is in line with this. Yes. Okay. So last one, ladies. Let's get this thing going on. Here you go. So let's line it up. On 3 we go. Or I'm sorry. On 5 we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's lift it off. Lift it off. Lift it off. Squeeze. Get more. Get more. Get more. Get more. Keep everything where it stands. That's much better form. Get more. Get more. Get tight. Get more. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. All right. So we've got one more stretch to go. I know you guys are runners. Okay, so I'm going to show you a really great stretch to do to improve your ability to extend your hip, which is getting your leg behind you when you run. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our Eric's pad here, okay? And we're going to get into kneeling, okay? So this is like we're skiing here, or we're fencing. Okay, so I want to see you bring this foot a little bit further forward, Dance. Excellent. So what I want you guys to do is get as tall as you possibly can. In this position, the key thing is that we drop our ribs down. Okay, so I know, right? Like, disaster waiting to happen. All right, so don't arch your back. Let your ribs drop down. Okay, keep your abs tight, and really keep everything tight. And what we can do is we're going to use these for balance, but we're also, when we generate tension, we're going to push these sticks into the ground hard. Okay, so it's like we're trying to crush the ground, right? Like, the thing that you hate is below you, and you're trying to crush it. Okay, so like the IRS or whatever it may be, you know, other runners get in your way, right? And so, in being in this position, guys, we should feel a stretch kind of in front of our leg. Okay, can you feel that stretch? Okay. Now, it's one thing with hip extension, we want to kind of err on the side of getting our leg further out in front of us. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lean forward to the point where we feel a slight stretch, but that's about it. Okay? Now, just like we did in 90-90, we're just going to take 2 deep breaths in here. So let's take a deep breath in on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's exhale on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that one more time. Let's take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's exhale on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we're going to get a Pale's contraction. And what that means is that we're going to tighten the stuff in the front of our leg, okay? So I'm thinking about pushing my knee into the ground, and tighten on this up, but really getting tight everywhere. We're focusing on that muscle. So I'm pushing down into the ground with my hands, with my sticks, my legs, everything, all right? So I'm going to count us up on 5, and we get as tight as we possibly can. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and push. Push the leg into the ground. Push those sticks into the ground. Bend those sticks. Get them as tight as you possibly can. There you go, Dance. You're actually going to do it. We've got 8 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. All right, let's take a deep breath in. Let's exhale. All right. Now we're going to do what's called a rails contraction here. Okay, so the rails contraction is just tightening the opposite muscles. Okay, so with the Pales, we're pushing away from the resistance. With rails, we're actually moving into the resistance. So here, I want you guys to think about tightening your butt and tightening your hamstrings, sort of the stuff on the backside. Okay, I'm going to count you up in a similar fashion to what we just did. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's tighten the stuff on the backside. Tight. Get your butt naps, get your butt, your hamstrings, and all that tight. Push your back foot into the ground. We've got about 6 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Take a deep breath in. Just move further into the stretch. There you go. Now, can you both kind of feel a little bit more of a stretch? Awesome. Okay. So let's just take 2 deep breaths. I'm not going to worry about counting us up for time's sake. Let's just take a deep breath in together. Deep breath in. Let's exhale. Let's do one more. Let's take a deep breath in. And let's exhale. Now, Nance, I want you to straighten your body up a little bit. Perfect. All right, so we're going to start to Pales into the ground again. Here we go. On 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And push. And push. And push. And crush the ground. And crush the ground. And crush the ground. Push. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Take a deep breath in. Relax. Let's tighten this up on the backside on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And push and squeeze. Push and squeeze. Push. 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 Squeeze. Squeeze. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Get a deep breath in. Let's just move further into the stretch. Okay, as deep as you can. You can make sure you're not arching your back. Drop your ribs down. Let's just take 2 deep breaths in here. Just a deep breath in. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good stuff, ladies. Let's switch sides. Alright. So let's just lean into the spot that's tight, or lean into the spot where you start to feel a slight stretch. No more than that. Alright? Let's just take 2 deep breaths in this position. So deep breath in. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good stuff. All right. So on 5, let's start to get that nails contraction. So here we go. Let's start pressing sticks in the ground. Let's go 20% tension, 40%, 60%. Start to shake. 8%, 100%. Push in the ground as hard as you can. Push. Push. We've got 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. Deep breath in, ladies. And exhale. Start to tighten yourself on the backside of 5. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. Squeeze that stuff. Tighten. Tighten. Tighten your butt. Tighten your hamstrings. Tighten. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let's take another deep breath in. Just going further into the stretch. Just kind of hold here. Now, I want to make sure you guys can feel the stretch in kind of the front of your leg versus your back or anywhere else, right? Fantastic. And that's how you know that, like, when we target an area, we should feel it in that area. We're not trying to get it other places, okay? So we arch our back. That's what happens here, right? Good detail. Okay, so let's come into this position. Let's just take 2 deep breaths in. So deep breath in. Exhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Let's exhale. All right, so we're going to pails and rails one more time. Wait, get close. So let's start to push into the ground. We're going to count us up. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's push that into the ground as tight as you can. Push, push, crush that pad, crush that pad. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, we're just going to do the exact opposite. Take a deep breath in first. We're going to rails now. So we're going to push towards resistance. We're going to tighten the stuff that goes us this way. We're going to tighten our butt, our hamstrings, and all the stuff on that side. On 5. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's tighten that stuff up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take a deep breath in. Just get as deep as we can into this stretch. Unlock these hips. Okay, just watch your back dance. Just drop those ribs down. All right, let's just take 2 deep breaths in. Just a deep breath in. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. And we exhale. Beautiful. All right, so we come out of there, and we're in our class, which is another way to kind of release our body and kind of tell our body to turn off a little bit. Now, do you guys have like muscles that are always tight, or you feel like will just never turn off, like maybe like tight hamstrings or certain parts of your hip or things like that? Right. So, and you guys have obviously you worked with me for a while, so you know foam rolling back and forth, and that's a good way to release things momentarily. The problem is they tighten back up because again that's my nervous system telling me that they're under threat. So this is a technique called iso ramping. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the ball in an area called our TFL. Okay, and this is usually a trigger point that causes knee pain. Okay, because it tenses up here and it pulls in the IT band and it could create some knee problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the ball in this area. So I want you guys to kind of find that tender spot first. Found it? Yeah? All right. Okay, and actually this is the muscle that we're just working on through our 90-90 drill, our internal rotator. So what we're going to do is I want you guys to think about, we're going to go on a count again. So on a 4 count, we're going to start to push the ball away from our skin. Okay, we're going to tighten up as much as we possibly can, kind of getting tight, squeezing in this focal point in this area. The ball is kind of an amplifier in the sense that it's going to allow us to tighten this muscle. And then on an 8 count, we're going to relax that area. Okay, don't worry, you'll be able to feel it. Okay, and so let's just do kind of a test run here. Okay, where the ball is, I want you to think about squeezing that area. So get tight, try to squeeze that area as hard as you can. All right, so can you feel that area kind of tightening up? Kind of where the ball is? Yeah? All right, now just completely relax and let it sink in like a pebble sinking into the ocean. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through about 4 of these. I'm just going to give us a 4 count we're tightening. I'm going to give us an 8 count where we are relaxing. Okay? So here we go. Let's get the ball there, and we're going to start to tighten up. So here we go. 1, get tight, push it away from your skin. 2, 3, 4, and let's relax. 1, 2, nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, and as we relax, just exhale and breathe. 7, 8. Now let's tighten up. You can inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's relax and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's tighten up and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's relax and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. Let's tighten up and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's relax and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. Let's switch sides. Easy. Okay, and again, let's find that trigger spot. Needs one worship left. All right, so let's tense up on 4, and let's relax on 6. So let's take a deep inhale as we tense up. Here we go. 1, tense up, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Let's completely relax and let it sink in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's tense and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's relax and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's tense and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's relax and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. Let's tense and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's relax and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. All right. You can take those out of there, guys. You did awesome today. What I want you to do now, we're just going to take a couple of recovery. We're going to do some recovery breathing. We're just going to put our hands, and we're just going to breathe deep. All right. So just think about filling your belly with air and completely relaxing. We'll spend about a minute or 2 here. You guys did awesome. Just let your mind clear, let your body turn on. Great work today.